Hi, everybody. Sanbonani. Welcome to Reality Buzz TV, where we talk about all things reality TV shows and all things reality TV show stars. Listen, please do make sure that you are subscribed to this channel and also do like the video. So, listen, you guys, after last night's episode, everybody is talking about that scene that happened when they were at the bonfire. The family was having fun with the kids. The three wives were having fun with the kids, and everybody was dancing. And then the awkward scene happened with MaNgwabe and his son, and then Makumalo and the kids were dancing, and the Mawande and MaNgwabe situation, you guys. And most people are expressing their opinion. And there are people that are supporting the way that MaNgwabe responded to the situation, but most people are like, that wasn't it. And I guess maybe, MaNgwabe watched the scene and feels, I mean, obviously she will have some thoughts and feelings about it, you guys. I would think that, she will be feeling like, okay, I should have handled that situation differently, you guys. I kind of feel like she would have that feeling. She's probably not feeling like I handled that correctly, okay? Because I know as a mom, I would be feeling like that. And so this morning, she posted a picture of her and her daughter, which basically is a typical African mom situation, you guys, because sometimes it's a little bit difficult for us to have to say sorry to our kids, okay? Sometimes we just do something sweet for them, okay? Like, let's asambe say mall, was asambe se spare, asambe konje yini lotho uyayifuna, asambe soyithenga, utheni ufuna ipizza triple decker soyithenga, you just do something sweet for your child to show that you are sorry rather than say you are sorry. So she posted this beautiful picture of her and Mawande, and then she captioned it, "I love her so dearly. Mini version of me," you guys. And it's a beautiful picture of her. They do look so alike, you guys. I have no doubts that MaNgwabe loves Mawande dearly, and I have no doubt whatsoever that MaNgwabe is a good mom. I did say that when I was doing my review this morning, because I do feel like MaNgwabe is a good mom, and I do feel like MaNgwabe is doing her absolute best for her kids, just like so many of us moms. I think that she just had an imperfect moment with her child, and it's unfortunate that for them, they are having their imperfect parenting moments on national TV, and for us, we have them in our homes and we can fix them in our homes. But so many of us, you guys, have those imperfect moments in our homes. So I am willing to give MaNgwabe grace because I am a mother. I have had so many of those moments that when I look back, I can say that my child just needed a hug in that moment, and I didn't realize that they needed a hug. And sometimes I realize in the moment that my child needs a hug, but there's something that stops me from giving them a hug, and I kind of feel like I don't know, there's something in me that wants to discipline more than, I want to give them grace, give my child grace, and give them a hug and give them an ear to listen to sometimes, and then later on I'm like, I should have just listened to them, I should have just given them a chance to say how they felt, we all have those moments. So I am willing to give MaNgwabe grace, but I did feel like, you guys, that it was so interesting that it happened just after she had that judgmental comment that she had made about Usne, you guys. So listen, people are having opinions, and even though she had posted a beautiful picture of the two of them, people could just have commented on how beautiful a picture is and how sweet it was that she's posting this beautiful picture of her and her daughter, which is showing that, listen, I love my daughter. Maybe she had a conversation with her daughter. It's possible, you guys, because that scene, you remember the scene that they had with Mawande, where they were talking about the fact that possibly possibly her and Mseleko might go their separate ways. And she was just saying, listen, things might look different for you when me and your dad go our separate ways, and you might have to live with your dad, you might have to live with me. And all of that. It looked to me like she is the type of person that has, open conversations with her daughter. And Mawande didn't look nervous at all when she was having that conversation with her mom. So it felt to me like they have conversations, with her mom. So I feel like it wouldn't be strange if, this moment leads to a conversation between the two of them. Okay. So I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they've had a conversation about this moment that has taken place. Maybe after watching last night, they did have a conversation. And after that, she felt like, let me post my daughter just as an assurance that, it was all love, okay? Or maybe they didn't have a conversation. She just thought, let me post her, and by posting her, she will know that I'm sorry, because sometimes parents just do that and they'll be like, she will know that I'm sorry, okay? So listen, people have opinions under that post, and this is what people are saying under that post. So, Bengu Mlondi says, "Cishe ngakhala kade umthethisa," okay? Because I think that it was a trigger for a lot of people, because people have gone through something like that with their parents. I've gone through something similar, maybe not exactly like that, but I've gone through. As a young girl, I remember moments like that where I felt like I want to explain, like I feel like my mother is misunderstanding why I'm upset. I want to explain, but at the same time, I don't have courage to stop her so that she can listen to me. But I feel like even if she listens, she's going to misinterpret, and then I'm emotional, and then she misunderstands my emotions. I've been in that moment, and I feel like my daughter has been in that space where she's misunderstood by me. So it was a trigger for a lot of people. So, watching that moment, and that's the thing about reality TV shows, sometimes when they are done right, they can create teachable moments for a lot of other people. So the production did you dirty to flight you when you said you will hit her. She was mic'd, you guys. She was mic'd. They were shooting that moment. Of course, they could have edited it out, her saying that they could have edited it out. They kept it. I think that she thought that, she said it, in a low enough voice that maybe nobody will hear her, but no. We had it, and there was even subtitles for those that did not understand Zulu. They just made sure that everybody understood what she was saying. Okay. Ukumthethisa is a sign of love, sisi. We all know singabazali ungayeki futhi ukumfaka endleleni, even if it means you shouted her. Listen, you guys, I mean, I think that we're all entitled to our opinions, and I don't know, you guys. I think our generations, honestly, because our generations, that is what was believed, that shouting meant is a sign of love. Sometimes we tend to raise our kids that exact way. We find ourselves doing that exact thing, but we forget about how it made us feel when we were being shouted at. It's like, because we thought it was a sign of love when we were being shouted at, we forget how it made you feel, as a child when we were being shouted at. Because sometimes it made you just feel, and sometimes it created just anxiety in you, instead of learning, and understanding what exactly am I being shouted at right now? What have I, instead of understanding what you did wrong, it just created somebody that was just always anxious and full of anxiety. Instead of you understanding what you did wrong, it just created a confusion most of the time. Okay, I can tell you right now, my mother was not somebody obeshaya all the time, but I can tell you that the few times la bengishawa khona, I cannot tell you ukuthi bengishawelan, because most of the time bengishawa in confusion. Like, I cannot tell you that bengishawelan. Like, it was just confusion, And sometimes I would feel like ngishawa out of frustration, because she is frustrated because she does not understand why I did what I did. Whereas I feel like if she just gave me a chance to explain, it wouldn't lead to, corporate punishment. Okay, so I don't know, you guys, about shouting being a sign of showing love. I know that when I shout, which most of the time I regret with my kids, when I shout, it's a sign of frustration. It's never me showing my kids love. When I shout, I'm frustrated. And when I shout, it's because I've said something a number of times and they're not listening. I'm frustrated. My shouting is about me. It's about what I feel inside. I'm frustrated. I've been saying this to you so many times. You are not listening. And I usually don't feel good afterwards. And I always feel like my child doesn't feel good after I shout. And it doesn't have good results. For me, I always know that it's about me. It's about how I feel inside, because I've been saying something so many times and I feel like nobody's hearing me. So it's always about me when I shout. It's never, I love you so much, I'm shouting at you right now, I love you. No, guys. But I guess it's different for everybody. For me, when I shout, it's frustration, you guys. I'm frustrated with you. I've been talking to you, I've been showing you. And the reason for that is because I was shouted at too, And I've watched people that are able to express their frustrations like this. I've been telling you this, and I've been like, oh my God, like, I wish I could do it like that. I've been telling you, I've tried, but I always end up like this. I always just end up like this, okay? I always, you understand, I always start like this. Like I've been telling you, you need to do this. I always start like I'm this mother, but I always end up like this mother. Why do you always do something? Why do I always get like this before you do something? It's not a sign of love, you guys. When I give love like this, okay? I love you, okay? My love is quiet. My love doesn't scream. When I'm screaming, I'm not giving love. I'm frustrated. I'm stressed. You are irritating me because you are making me repeat the same thing, okay? It's not a sign of love. Okay? All of her comfort in you, no matter, all her, okay? All had to have comfort in you no matter where you are. She was vulnerable and you reprimanded her for being vulnerable. You actually have a very beautiful and loving child. She just needs you more, and you cannot tell when that happens, okay? I'm not sure if I understand this one, you guys. I'm not sure I understand it, but please be kind to her. She is sensitive. Soft kids need soft parenting. Hey, leyokubukisa ngayo on TV, that would affect your child in the long run. Ungaboni laba bekushayela izandla. Don't do that, okay? Listen, you guys, I also don't think that, you guys, even MaNgwabe, she should get a beating, or like she should get a beating about this, like for a long time, because it was a one-time thing. If MaNgwabe was doing this every time we see her on TV with her kids, she was doing this, then maybe we can give her a beating all the time about it. But it was a thing, it was a once-off. We've seen MaNgwabe with her kids. She is a mother that is loving. We've seen her loving with her kids. So this is something that we saw once, and she probably, like, guys, I don't think MaNgwabe watched that scene and she was like, yeah, yes, I did the right thing. I don't think so. Okay, I will be shocked if she feels like that. You are a good mother, Mbali. When I saw that episode, my elder daughter said, that's what my mom would do to me, and she's like, Owami umama ubezongikhalisela into a corner. That's the love you show your daughter. Mbali, trust me, you remain my best. Yeah, I respect this one's opinion, but I don't believe in the thing when your child cries and you're like, no. You should be finding out why your child is crying instead of no. What if your child is really hurt? Like, that's how we were raised. Like, no. You should be finding out why are you crying? What hurts you? Okay, That's why abantwana bebebuya ekhaya bekhala umntwana has been out at school, and then they come home and they are crying, and they are trying to figure out how to tell you that they have been molested at school, and they get a beating at home because they are crying, trying to figure out how to gather the courage to tell you that something happens to them, but they get a beating because you're like, ukhalelani, awenziwanga lutho, thathani induku ngomshaya khalela into ayaziyo. And then they never tell you what happened to them. That's how we were raised. Okay, so I don't agree with that. You're a real mother, and I witnessed it on the previous episode. Where noma ngingathini bakithi sakhula nje sithethiswa abazali babengasincenga inhlobo, and we turned out just fine and respect and responsible human beings. Personally, I didn't see anything wrong with what MaNgwabe did, Izolo, and we respect your opinion. Okay, I got usuthi uzombonya. I cried with her ngimdala kangaka when they are soft. It is your parenting, please, and Nombela. It's tough. It's a tough world out there. Some situation needs want to be strong. You are laying a solid foundation, but mommy is not always going to be around. Cry won't solve anything, but speaking up will. Kodwa nami ngiyafana naye ngikhala ibad. There is no situation in the world, you guys. What are you preparing your child for? If your child says, I don't want to, let's just make it English, okay? Your child says, I don't want to dance. I don't like to dance. And then you say dance. And then your child says, I don't want to dance. And you say dance. And it says, I don't want to dance. I have anxiety when I dance in front of people. And you say, no, dance. And then you ngizokubhonya dance. What are you preparing her for, where she will have to be forced to do something that she does not like to do, and if she doesn't do it, uzobhonya? No, because then we are not teaching our kids to be able to set boundaries, because vele emhlabeni you're not going to be able to do everything, and you shouldn't be able to do everything, and you shouldn't be forced to do everything. There are things that you're going to be comfortable to do. There are things that you're going to not be comfortable to do, and kids should be able to set boundaries and be like, it's just not for me. You understand what I'm saying? But I respect everybody's opinion because we were raised differently, and in being raised differently, some of us, we were raised the same, but we still choose to raise our children differently. But in the way that we were raised, there is nothing that says that exactly how we were raised is exactly how we need to raise our children. Regardless of however we choose to raise our children, I feel like MaNgwabe is a good mom. She had one very imperfect moment, and it was on national TV. She does not deserve to get a beating for the rest of her TV life. It was very imperfect, and it was shown on TV. It's going to be on TV for a very long time. MaNgwabe is a good mom, and I'm sure that moment will be a teachable moment for a lot of other moms. I know I learned something from that moment. I do not think that she deserves a beating for the rest of her life. I think she got enough already, and I think that we need to give her some grace, just like we need to give Usne some grace too. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I've been trying to say. Everybody needs just a little bit of grace, okay? So, you know what? Because singaba Judge Judy, but until when? Because quite ezindlini zethu siyawenza ama mistake in parenting. Nobody is perfect. Masingathi siyopopola lapha endlini kwakho na ubhizi uthethisa abakho abantwana. Masingenzisa abakho abantwana i-diary session, hey, singabezwa kahle ukuthi bazothini. So yes, you guys, anyway, I hope that eventually abantu bazosi lay off uMaNgwabe, because I shame abantu bayamvuthela. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching this video. Please go into the comment section and tell me what you think about what's happening. Okay, should we be this judgmental? Okay. I didn't think people would be going off like this. Okay, thank you so much. Nginithanda kakhulu.